At 2 a.m., a sudden sense of emptiness jolts you awake. You reach out toward the edge of the bed, but your fingers touch only the cooling indentation in the blanket. By the dim light, you notice your dog lying alone in the shadows of the living room, quietly watching you. Instantly, a pang of guilt washes over you. Did I kick him in my sleep, or has he stopped caring about me? Many people assume that when a dog flees the bedroom in the middle of the night, it signifies anxiety or emotional detachment. But that's not the case at all. This late-night secret migration isn't a betrayal. Today, let's dive deep into the inner workings of a dog's brain when the lights go out. What kind of profound physical and psychological transformation are they actually undergoing? Once you uncover the truth, you'll not only let go of your guilt completely, but you'll also develop a deep sense of awe for this furry companion. Let's dive into the first truth. Imagine that, in your dog's eyes, your house isn't made up of walls and furniture. In their perceptual world, your home is a dynamic, colorful heat map. When your dog leaves that soft, expensive memory foam mattress at midnight, they aren't looking for a new room. They're executing an extremely precise microclimate navigation. You see, our human skin is an extremely delicate heat radiator. We cover ourselves with thick down comforters and find the bedroom temperature just right. But for your dog, especially those with double coats or robust builds, sleeping in the same room as you is like wearing all-weather polar gear while being forced to sit next to a smouldering fireplace. They get up in the middle of the night, walk to the bathroom to press against those polished tiles, radiating a bone-chilling chill, or stick their noses into that barely perceptible breeze seeping under the balcony door. It's not because it's more comfortable there, but because their survival instincts have sounded the alarm. Here's a surprising scientific fact that most veterinarians won't tell you. A team of animal behaviorists at Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary recently conducted a groundbreaking study on canine sleep brainwaves. The researchers discovered that dogs' sleep structure is completely different from that of humans. While humans seek a single, uninterrupted sleep cycle that lasts until morning, dogs are polyphasic sleepers. The study confirms that for dogs to enter the deep REM sleep that repairs their nervous system and consolidates memories of you, their core body temperature must drop by a specific degree. If heat begins to build up under their fur in the bedroom, their brains will forcibly wake them from sleep. So, when your dog leaves your side at 3 a.m. to lie against the cool hallway floor, it's not a sign of emotional withdrawal. It's a biological necessity. They're like a high-precision biological thermostat working hard to cool down their engine. They do this simply to get high-quality rest, so that when the sun rises tomorrow morning, they have 100% energy to continue being the happiest soul in your life. If you're watching this video and have made it this far, I know exactly who you are. You're not just a dog owner, you're a true guardian of dogs. You're willing to take the time to understand their subtle, silent language, rather than projecting human emotional complexity onto them. This willingness to listen is precisely what makes the bond between you and your dog so unbreakable. If you want to keep decoding the hidden signals of love your dog sends you every day, be sure to click the subscribe button below and give this video a thumbs up. Join our community of people who truly understand dogs, because the greatest love for a dog isn't spoiling them, it's truly understanding them. The next reason might make you laugh a little, but please hear me out. In a dog's eyes, sleeping next to a sleeping human is like setting up camp at the foot of an active volcano, ready to erupt at any moment. Think about what we look like when we sleep. We twitch in our sleep, we toss and turn. We pull the blanket up and kick it off. Our breathing shifts seamlessly between deep and shallow, and some of us even blurt out garbled sleep talk. To us, this is a good night's sleep, but to your dog's ears, which are 4 times as sensitive as a human's, it's practically a mini earthquake. To prove this point, veterinary behaviorists at the University of Lincoln in the UK conducted a groundbreaking study on stress in canine sleep environments. The researchers simulated the low-frequency vibrations of a human tossing and turning, along with the faint, high-frequency rustling of clothing in the sleeping areas of the test dogs. The results were startling. These extremely faint human sleep noises trigger a primitive alarm response in a dog's ancient brainstem, similar to the sensation of a twig snapping in the wild. This means that every time you roll over, your dog's brain is forced to switch from off to standby mode. If your dog quietly gets up in the middle of the night without trembling or whimpering, and simply walks silently to another empty room to find a corner and lie down again, please stop feeling guilty immediately. They simply seeking an acoustic sanctuary from your volcanic sleep. They love you, but that does mean they want to be part of your 2 a.m. sleepwalking symphony. Their departure actually proves they feel completely safe in this home, because only in a truly secure territory would a dog dare to leave its owner out of sight and go to another room to sleep alone. Now, let's explore the third reason, and the most touching one. Often, you'll find that after your dog leaves the bedroom in the middle of the night, they don't retreat to a hidden corner. Instead, they lie in an extremely peculiar spot, such as the intersection of the hallway, the junction of the front door and the stairs, or a blind spot where they can see both the living room and the bedroom door at the same time. Why do they sleep in these easily disturbed passageways? This brings us to an ancient pact, deeply embedded in a dog's DNA, the Sentinel Effect. Even in the most pampered pet dogs, who have eaten nothing but premium dog food their entire lives, the shadow of a wolf still lurks in their brains. In the animal kingdom, nightfall means visibility drops to its lowest point, and it also means the pack is at its most vulnerable. When you enter deep sleep and your breathing becomes steady and heavy, you're actually sending your dog an unmistakable biological signal. The leader is offline, and the pack is now defenseless. So when your dog quietly leaves the bedroom to sleep right in the middle of the hallway, they aren't avoiding you, they're changing shifts. They've voluntarily given up the coziest, softest bed in the bedroom to claim a strategic vantage point that overlooks every entrance to the home. They've transformed their deep sleep into a barely perceptible, alert state of light slumber. With their tiny bodies, your dog is building an invisible line of defense for you in the darkness. This isn't just vigilance, it's their most instinctive way of telling you, "Sleep, my beloved, I'll keep watch." Finally, we must talk about what time has done to our furry friends. If your dog is entering old age, and this behavior of wandering in the middle of the night and changing sleeping spots is becoming more frequent, you need to view it all with an extremely gentle eye. For a young dog, night is merely the disappearance of light. But for an aging dog, night is a maze that has suddenly lost all its landmarks. As dogs age, their retinas degenerate and their hearing declines. The sensory map they once used to pinpoint your location in the dark begins to blur. The moment you turn off the bedroom light, that sense of disorientation is overwhelming for them. They wake up in the middle of the night, perhaps trying to shift positions to ease the dull ache in their joints. But when they stand up, their aging cognitive faculties cause them to momentarily forget where they are. They might wander out of the room and pace the hallway, searching for a corner with a more familiar scent, or simply to ease that rootless sense of drifting within them. If your elderly companion leaves your side in the middle of the night pacing aimlessly, standing frozen in a corner, or even letting out a faint whimper, please never blame them for disturbing your peaceful sleep. These are the traces time has left on their brains. At this moment, they need you more than ever. Leave a dim nightlight on at home, or when they seem lost, gently call their name to guide them back to their safe haven. They don't want to leave you. They've simply lost their way to you for a moment in the darkness. Every time your dog gets up in the middle of the night, every step they take is not random. Behind it all lies a precise regulation of body temperature, tolerance for your noisy yet endearing sleeping habits, a strategic shift deeply ingrained in their blood to protect this home, or perhaps a touch of fragility left by the passage of time. We are always fixated on having our dogs stay close to us all night long, as if to prove their love for us. But the truth is, the way dogs express love runs far deeper than this superficial physical distance. So tonight, when the silence of 2 a.m. descends once more when you hear that familiar clinking sound again, and feel those light paws gliding across the floor as they gradually drift away from your bedside. Don't feel lost. Don't reach out to touch that empty corner of the bed. All you need to do is close your eyes in the darkness, take a deep breath, and then drift peacefully into a deeper sleep. Because you know that in some corner of this house, a tiny life has settled into the most perfect position, silently and unreservedly, guarding your entire world in its own unique way.